Hello everybody, Hi Lord Tamberlane with another Obscurity in Miniature. Now some of you might be familiar with this game, but probably most of you aren't. This is Eden by Happy Games Factory, previously released by Taban Miniatures, but they're both the same really, so that's not really important. Eden, if you can't figure it out from the artwork, is a very post-apocalyptic game. Now I haven't actually had a chance to give it a try, but hopefully with this new starter box and quite a few others I've acquired in the last few days, we'll be able to do that. So, you can see we have the resistance here, les pilotes. I don't know, I can't speak French, and I'm not even going to try to. So we'll forget about that. We'll stick with the English. Hopefully there is English. Fingers crossed, right? Take a look at the back here. Sorry, folks. Got too much junk there. Okay, so it looks like we've got mission cards, tactical cards, profile cards, rulebook, and 5 pewter miniatures in their bases. Bruce, Abby, Lloyd, Equity, and Chelsea. Why don't we take a look? So, upon sliding off the slip cover, which is all that's holding everything in, we have a couple of things in here. First of all, we have the rulebook. This is the 3rd edition. I don't know what happened to 2nd edition, but I'm pretty sure 1st edition was under Taban Games Factory. You can check out their website. They've got all kinds of interesting stuff there for this game. Let's see what else we have. So we've got a reference card. That's going to be handy. We've got a baggie full of cards with Lloyd on top. Human Cyber. Okay. System seems to be like it's going to be fairly similar to War Machine in that we've got the boxes to tick off. I know when they did their board game for Escape, which was based on the Eden game world, that was one of the things that kind of irked me, was having to use the dry erase markers. Okay, so I don't know what those are, but rage, slowed, fear, poison. I guess these are actually counters that if I want to chop up the box, I've got instant counters. That's kind of cool, I guess. Alright, so let's see. Inside then we have our miniatures individually bagged. Do I have all of them? I hope so, because I only see 4 and 5. Okay, perfect. Anything else in there besides the bases? No, that's about it. Alright, cool. Well, I think that's kind of a cool idea. I might get around to cutting those out and holding on to them, because the box itself is kind of a nice, durable thickness, and it's not like I have a million boxes anyways that I have for storing stuff, so that would be kind of handy. But let's get to the important stuff. These guys. I'm going to pop all these bags open, and we'll take a look at all the individual figures then, shall we? Alright, so the first figure we're looking at here is Equity. Equity is the little mecha that comes in the starter set for the Resistance pilots. So you'll notice, as he gets into focus, he is obviously a robot. Very simian in appearance. He's got these really elongated arms. And the fun thing is there's no actual contact point where they're supposed to attach. Under the shoulders there. So that's most likely going to have to get pinned. If you don't like pinning stuff, I don't know what to tell you. So he is a little on the shorter side. I grabbed a couple of random Dark Age figures just because, you know, they're all post-apocalyptic, and we've got our good old standby GW Witch Hunter, Inquisitor, or whatever he is, and somewhere our never painted Marine. So just to give you guys a sense of scale here. Nice thing about Eden, I'm really tempted to try out the system. I've heard it's very simple in that it doesn't have a lot of extra stuff. You don't need a ton of figures. And basically what you get in the starter is what you actually need to get started with, which is a bit of a change for a lot of these games. So, most of the figures in this set come in about 3 pieces. Usually their arms are going to be the thing that needs to get attached, like I was saying, so it's just going to slide under there. Actually, looks like it's going to help support him, so that's kind of nice. He's a little on the shorter side, but then again, he is a robot, so maybe that's why. Next up, why don't we take a look at Bruce? Bruce, because I've got him handy here. So Bruce looks like the mechanic of the bunch with the wrench. He's also got a bionic hand that, again, has no actual contact point. So, we're going to need to do some pinning there. He also has this little canister that I'm rolling in front of him here that's supposed to attach on his, I thought it was on his back. It's that big indentation under my thumb there. I'm trying to hold the camera steady because otherwise it's going to go flying everywhere. So, again, each figure about 2 or 3, at least 3 pieces it looks like. Next up, why don't we take a look at Lloyd. I'm assuming this is supposed to be based on Lloyd Merriweather. I don't know, Mayweather. I'm not a boxing fan. But considering he's got the big, huge gauntlets now, at least he's a bit on the taller side. And you'll notice, well, besides not wanting to actually attach to the base because he's got way too long of gate at the bottom there. Not a single contact point in sight, just flat surfaces. So I'm going to be doing some pinning there. He has, at least it's fairly obvious what needs to go where. He's got his right arm in completion there, his left hand, and then his head with the flowing dreadlocks. Something I wanted to comment as I brighten the screen for some reason. I can't get things in focus. Oh my goodness, come on. Oh, fine. Sorry, boy. There we go. Your head finally shows up. The softness of the metal seems like it's going to be an issue for me. It's something that I've seen a lot with the old confrontation figures as well, where they just seem a little bit soft in terms of stiffness of the metal. So you can bend them a little bit. And when you have these characters such as, I want to say this is Abby I'm grabbing here, trying to get on the base. Yeah. When they've got these really thin parts like her wrench here, it's going to be an issue because, I mean, I'm just bending it back and forth already in my hand, and I'm barely touching it. And again, no real contact point, so that's going to be an issue. She also has one of these canister things that's going to go on her back. Again, she's not too ridiculously large. And she seems like she'd be fitting in pretty well with the Dark Age stuff. So if you're looking to do any kind of post-apocalyptic game, like This Is Not a Test, or Scrappers, or Eden Itself, or whatever you're into, Gamma World maybe, it doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue. And the last figure in the set we have is Chelsea. Chelsea's my favorite of the bunch. Let's see if she stands up there. Looks like the real fighter of the group. Haven't looked at their stats yet. Nope, she doesn't want to stand up. I'll just have to lay her down. So, there's our friend Chelsea. And again, very thin metal. I'm very worried this was like bent up in a U shape almost when I pulled her out of the package. And she's got her shield as well. Quite nice and clean. So the castings themselves aren't bad. I mean, they're fairly easy to discern the details, and hopefully I don't go too crazy on the primer, ruining them. But, I mean, the pinning's going to be an issue, and I know that could be a big deal breaker for some people. I'm not too worried. At least I've got a nice pin vise drill bit thingy I can mess with. But I am looking forward to putting these guys together, despite the big mess I've made here of little parts everywhere. Curious to give the game a shot, and hopefully in the near future I can talk to you guys about it, and, you know, that's what this is for. Seeing new figures, trying something new, and getting outside of our comfort zone. So, this has been High Lord Tamerlane with his mess of Eden figures on the table at Obscurities and Miniatures, saying, see you later.